this looks like your process for data collection, we can help. Hi, I'm Brian Green with LMI Corporation. At LMI, we have tools and solutions to save you time, money, and improve your quality. We're going to take a brief look at electronic data collection. So we're going to show you the tools and the process we use. It'll be a brief introduction, so let's get started. To start collecting data efficiently, you need the right tools. LMI has a complete line of standard gauges to measure today, but we also design and build custom gauges for your specific application. Our gauges are built rugged to withstand use daily on the shop floor. We have a variety of rugged gauges like the Diamondback digital indicator, surface probes. Oops, the gauge just hit the floor. Don't worry though, that's a Diamondback digital indicator. This helps to prove my point that our gauges are rugged. You can see that the gauge, you can zoom in here, the gauge is still working. Just slide it in, you can verify zero. Anyways, back to what I was saying. LMI offers rugged gauges, anything from a digital indicator to a surface probe to a flush and gap gauge to a true position gauge to measure hole location. All the gauges connect back to a data collector, or we can even go wirelessly direct to a PC. Now that we've picked our measurement tool, we're ready to begin electronic data collection. We're going to break it down into 3 simple steps. First step is we're going to create a part file routine on the computer, and then second, we're going to download that routine to the data collector and we can go collect our data. And step 3, we will actually retrieve the data from the data collector back to the PC for analysis. For this example, we're going to use a 2-for-1 flush and gap gauge connected to this data collector. Well, I think we're all set, so let's get started. We'll be using Transcend software to help us easily create our part file routines. A part file routine is our roadmap for which measurement we're going to take first, second, third, all the way through to the end of the part. It has all the necessary information, such as our part, characteristic names, spec limits, and much more information. For this example, you can see we've entered the point names. We chose the source as G2, which is flush, and G3, which is gap. That's coming from the data collector. And then you can see we've also entered spec limits for alerting the operator if the measurement is in or out of spec. There's also caution limits. There's a lot of additional software features, but this is enough to get started. We're going to save the file and download it to the data collector. Once we've saved the file, this is a one-time setup. We can collect data each day without having to recreate this file. We're now ready to collect data in step 2. We've got our gauge connected to our data collector. We have our part ready to be measured. The data collector and routine we just set up guides the operator as to which point we should be measuring. So we simply insert the gauge into our first point. We get live readings on the data collector. So when we're ready, we simply hit enter. We get immediate part feedback, as we have on the data collector. We have red, yellow, or green LEDs and audible tones to tell the operator whether the part is in spec, out of spec, or whether we've hit a caution limit. From this point, we continue around the part, completing all our measurements, and now we're ready to move on to step 3 once we complete our checks. Moving right along to step 3, and probably the easiest step of all. All we have to do now is retrieve the data from the data collector. We're again back at the PC. We're going to be using Transcend, and all we have to do is simply connect the cable to the data collector, and on the main screen of Transcend, select the receive data. You have several options to export the data directly to Excel, or for further analysis, you can go directly into an SPC package. Well, that's a quick intro to electronic data collection. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your interest in LMI products. Feel free to check out the website or contact us with any additional questions you may have. And at LMI, we're committed to quality, and we'd be happy to give you a full demonstration and discuss your application. Thanks.